Ladies and gentlemen, the DOJ and Merrick Garland have not and will not indict Trump for January, 2 Januaries ago. If they do, so there's a slight chance, I'll just say this, knowing that he would win any trial, they could try to just simply throw something at the wall, see if it sticks, in terms of indicting him simply knowing that they can't really prove or prosecute him or convict him in a court of law because they don't have the evidence to do so, but they can just indict him because the entire American political system, media, everything is against him. But other than that, if they don't just try to knock him out of 2024 and then they get DeSantis, so there's really no, even if they want to frame him and set him up the way they did with the Steele dossier and the meeting with George Papadopoulos that they utilized without the exculpatory evidence that would have exonerated Papadopoulos immediately. We've seen that they've done this before. There's a chance that they could indict him, just not to actually uphold the rule of law, but just to knock him out of 2024, which would then actually hurt the Democratic Party a lot more than just allowing the man to run again, which is his right as an American citizen, as a former president who didn't commit any crimes. But there is no evidence that Cassidy Hutchinson presented. It was hearsay and gossip. But I want to read you really quickly a wonderful New York Post article from Andrew McCarthy, who is a fantastic former federal prosecutor. And he says he thinks that the case only got stronger against Trump, but I humbly and with all due respect disagree. And we'll read a couple of the paragraphs here. What are the charges? After all, he paid lip service to the need to be peaceful, even as he urged the mob to fight. This issue is a distraction. The question is not whether Trump's speech per se is a crime. It's probably not. The question is whether Trump's speech is evidence of other crimes, which is the way speech is commonly used by prosecutors. It's a serious federal crime to intimidate government officials or aid and abet others in doing so. But that wasn't his intent, nor did he tell anybody to do any of that. He did not tell anyone to infiltrate any building. And him knowing, or allegedly knowing, that his legal theories weren't true, that's getting into the mind of Donald Trump, or getting into the into an area that you cannot prove as a prosecutor. He doesn't think like a liberal Democrat. Okay, he also didn't believe that the Russia hoax was true, and he was right about that. Did Democrats truly believe, did Comey or Strzok or McCabe or Clapper or Brennan truly believe that they were working to protect national security by accusing Trump of possibly having worked with the Kremlin? I don't think so. Okay, so intent here is interesting. Nobody gives Trump the benefit of the doubt, but they give everyone else the benefit of the doubt. Hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel, and hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. I'll have a segment, new segments up tomorrow, the 1st of July, and the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower. I'm going to do something special with that channel. I'll have a live stream tonight at around 8:39 p.m., so be here for the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a fantastic live stream about this topic. And it's an interesting topic because they can't get Trump on anything, but they want to just, they want to. It's not because they don't want, they want to cover up for him the way Comey covered for Madam Secretary. They want to. If they could, they would, but they can't, so they won't for the time being. But hit subscribe to this channel. Be here tonight for the live stream at around 8:39 p.m. Pacific. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment and the description. And just, read everything that I wrote. Dow is down 700 points. The market's continuing to tank. I said that would take place in September of 2021. So I'll be doing more work on the Stock Market Crash channel, and I will have something special on the Bitcoin Crash channel. I might change that channel up a little bit. Moreover, it's a crime to corruptly obstruct congressional proceedings. Again, there were, according to Ted Cruz, people that are linked to the United States government within the crowd. We'll leave it at that. Okay, there was a bureau official talking to Ted Cruz under oath to give testimony. So the question now is, if they point an index finger at Trump, how many fingers point back to them? That's the issue. The issue is, do you have any, like, if Cassidy Hutchinson is telling the truth, that she was told that the gossip and hearsay is actual reality, well, where is the evidence of that? Because it's being refuted now by sources, by what? The people who allegedly have stated, not just sources, the people who allegedly stated these things or experienced these things. You can't, then the Daily Beast and others are, they were Trump's yes men. It's like, no, wait a second. Which one is it? Did it happen and they can corroborate the allegations, the gossip, the rumor, the hearsay, or did it not happen? Which one is it? Because Cassidy Hutchinson and the entire January committee was just gossip and hearsay and rumor. Trump did this. He's a mean person. Now, I have no clue. For the life of me, I swear to God, I can't understand why the Washington Examiner or even Andrew McCarthy, who's amazing. I think Andrew McCarthy's fantastic. Or the National Reviewer. I don't understand why you have conservatives, or I would say more independent-minded people looking and saying, this hurts Trump. How is this different from Trump and the Steele dossier? How on earth is it different? It isn't different. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. There is no difference. It is a bunch of gossip and hearsay. What took place in January was a tragedy, but it happened all throughout the summer, and during that summer, federal buildings were also targeted by demonstrators. And Democrats did not condemn what took place then, and Adam Kinzinger hasn't condemned, and Liz Cheney hasn't condemned, and Adam Schiff hasn't condemned churches that are being destroyed throughout this country. And you have these news stories where people are throwing incendiary devices into places of worship, and not one word from Nancy Pelosi or from Democrats or from media, really. The condemnation is non-existent. If it affects them directly, then they'll scream from the rooftops and they'll sensationalize everything. But if it doesn't affect them, it's like, if it doesn't affect them, then it's like, it never happened. So you can't prove that he lunged at a Secret Service agent. The Secret Service agent is going to refute that. You can't prove he knew that any demonstrators were armed just because he was told, somebody allegedly told him that he was armed, and then he still made the decision to march peacefully to the building. Okay, it's like, well, you're making a huge leap of logic you wouldn't with Hunter and his emails and Joe's voicemail. Joe Biden has a voicemail saying that you're in the clear, meaning they're talking about the business dealings, meaning he lied to everybody. But nobody makes that leap of logic. Millions went into the foundation, and Bill and Hillary benefited from the networking. Okay, from the millions that went into the foundation, and the people who gave the millions, whether it's the Uranium One sale or other people, experienced beneficial treatment. It's not difficult to understand. Okay, President Obama didn't veto the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. Could you imagine if Trump presided over that? And you have witnesses saying that they were just basically getting bribed. But see, again, any witness against the Clintons or against the Bidens or against Democrats is never listened to. But if you have this show trial, then, of course, the gossip and hearsay and rumor and testimony is of course addressed. By the way, Tony Bobulinski, the prosecutor who was kicked out of because Joe wanted to withhold $1 billion in loan guarantees. They're willing to testify under oath, no problem, anytime. You better believe that Democrats would completely disregard their testimony unless there's absolute evidence, and there is more evidence with Hunter and Joe than there ever was with Trump. And they have Trump's tax returns. They can't get him for anything. The problem with all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that they cannot get Trump. And I started off this segment saying, look, they can't get him, which is why they might just be desperate enough to indict him and try to take advantage of media coverage. It'll be the trial of the century, all that. But that also, they miscalculate all the time, so that's probably going to hurt them in the end of the day, politically and in terms of media coverage. Give me your thoughts. And they have DeSantis waiting in the wings. Give me your thoughts below. DeSantis is on deck. So if they want to walk Trump, so to speak, with by accusing him of something he didn't do, well, then they get DeSantis. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you.